Hey everyone, Scott Gumbar, owner of Nwaj Tech. We are client-focused, security-minded, proactive IT consultant. We are based in Central Connecticut. We can assist clients anywhere in the world, realistically, with today's technology. We prefer to stay in the U.S., but wouldn't exclude anything that came up, especially in the Caribbean. Anyway, why am I messaging? Why am I talking to you, not messaging? Why am I talking to you today? We're leading up to our What's Lurking on Your Network webinar, not podcast, webinar on July 27th, 1 p.m. You can register at bit.ly/lurkingnt. That's bit.ly/lurking, LURKING, NT, short for Nwaj Tech. And I'll put the link in the YouTube description. But you can see here this article, ransomware gang now lets you search their stolen data. So we're going to take it a step further. The ransomware gangs have evolved. I think ever since really COVID hit, they've really evolved into what they are today. And initially, ransomware gangs would hit, an individual's computer and say, pay us $250 to get your data back. You used to scare people by saying, your IP has been reported to the FBI as having some, questionable material on the computer, or doing some questionable activity on your computer. Pay us $250 and you'll get your data back and we won't report you. That was what ransomware back, I don't know, it's got to be at least 5 or 6 years, probably longer than that though. To today, where they encrypt enterprise networks in small businesses and demand hundreds of thousands, and in some cases millions. They encrypted, I think it was the Ireland medical something, and they wanted $50 million. I don't remember what it was. And we've had some high value targets here in the US, but they go after anything. They're opportunistic and will go after anything. So they encrypt your data, but not before they steal your data, and then they try to sell your data on the dark web. If you refuse to pay, they then expose you as having been hit with a ransomware attack. It's multi-level stuff going on here. So now they're adding another phase, and so two ransomware gangs are now saying they'll let you search the stolen data. So they'll steal your data, encrypt your network, and say, you don't believe us? Go search. You'll see what we have. And this is just another method of extortion. So they added a search function, as you can see here, to the leak site, which typically is on the dark web, but not always, to make it easier to find victims or even specific details. So they're telling you, this is the data we have. We stole it from your network that, we got in one way or the other. They're not going to tell you how they got in, but often it's social engineering, some kind of phishing scam or something like that. They get in, they steal the data, they exfiltrate it to their servers, share it on the dark web, and then encrypt your data. And they could be on your network for months, and in some cases years. They were on SolarWinds network for a long time before they finally launched their attack. What they're doing in that time is looking for more data, looking for ways to jump to other computers, other servers, looking for anything of interest to them, trying to escalate, their privileges. A lot of different tactics that they're using to worsen the damage of the attack. So now these two ransomware gangs, one is ALPHV Black Cat, not to be confused with Black Hat, and the other one is, where's the other one? Let's see the second name. Oh, Lockbit. Lockbit is the other one. So Lockbit is a little more well known, but it does say that their search feature isn't as advanced as the Black Cat, ALPHV Black Cat. So last week, the Black Cat ransomware operation announced that they created a searchable database with leaks from non-paying victims. So now imagine you don't pay the ransomware, and I just posted a poll in a group that I manage on LinkedIn about paying the ransomware, and I will share those results when the poll's up 1 week. I just posted it today. But imagine you don't pay the ransomware and they say, okay, well, cool, let me show you what we have. And you go to this website or this dark website, whatever it might be, and you see all this data and you realize, 9 times out of 10, if I run a risk analysis on a client or a potential client, they don't know what they have. They don't know the risks that are involved, what data they have, what's not encrypted, what is encrypted. Was it yesterday? Just yesterday, I found a Social Security card scanned on a client, on a computer, on a client's network. Just yesterday. Gone now. It's been deleted because it shouldn't have been there where it was. But just yesterday. And so you don't know what your employees are doing. They're scanning Social Security cards, driver's license numbers, whatever it may be, health insurance information, health information, and they're saving it locally on their computer and then moving it to where it's supposed to go. So now you don't know that it's on the computer. That one Social Security card, not a number, but a card, that's a data breach. Now I get it's one person and not that serious, but what if somebody does this dozens of times a day over a 5-year career, and it's stored locally on the computer, and you have no transparency on that computer because your IT is not being proactive, and because you don't know that it's there, and you haven't done a risk analysis, which you should do at least once a year, no matter what industry you're in. It's required in the healthcare industry, and it's certain aspects are required for other industries. So you haven't done it, and you don't know what's there. That data now winds up in the dark web by Lockbit, and I can promise you now that these 2 ransomware gangs are doing it. Others will follow suit. If they see it's working, they're going to do the same thing. If you don't know what's on your network, you're at risk. And let me take it a step further. If they've already compromised your network and they're, poking around when nobody's paying attention. I just visited a potential client last week, and in that visit, in that day, took down their server for maintenance for, it was about 15 minutes or so, and successfully installed software on that server to do some maintenance. And their in-house IT had no idea that any of this was happening. It's not a good sign. If you don't know what's going on, what's on your network and what's lurking on your network, you're already failing. And with the new proposed data breach laws in the US that probably will come at some point in the near future, it's going to be a requirement. So you might as well get in front of it. But anyway, just wanted to share this article. This is on, again, bleepingcomputer.com. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's one of my favorite sites for obvious reasons. Go check it out. Ransomware gang now lets you search their stolen data. This was just posted yesterday as I'm recording this, so it's a newer article. And make sure that you join us on July 27th at 1 p.m. Eastern. Just go to bit.ly/lurkingnt. I'll post a link in the notes. Thanks, everyone. Stay secure.